First step is to go File, New, Part and OK. Followed by that, we'll go to File, Save As, and this time we're going to save it in a new folder. So what we'll do is we'll save it to the desktop and we'll create a new folder on the desktop, rename that folder Machine Vice, and then we'll open that folder, name our first part, which will be Body, and save. Followed by that, we'll then select the front plane, look normal to it, and then sketch out the profile of the shape shown on the first page of the notes. For the 45 degrees line, just come in at 45 and then snap to it. Then add relations for the two lines of 45 degrees so that they're equal in length. And then what we'll do is add relation to this line and this line to make them collinear so that they are in line. Hit escape to tick OK. Then what we'll do is we'll smart dimension it. Don't worry if it goes out of shape, because when you dimension it, it should all fully come back into shape. If your dimensions are cluttered, you can click and drag to move them. Then Features Extrude Boss Base, and you extrude it to 110 millimeters in a blind condition. Following that, select the end of the body, look normal to it. Then go Sketch a center line from the midpoint to the base. To get that, just highlight the base line, and then the midpoint will pop up. Click on the midpoint and draw a vertical line. Then pick the line command and draw the following profile without the curve. To put in the curve, pick Tangent Arc, click on one end, drag to the other, and there is your arc. Next step is to add a relation between the center of the arc to the center line. As we can see, they're not joined up, so what we'll do is we'll make them coincident. Next step, Smart Dimension. Now we can see there that it's not a tangent from here to here, so what you do is select one, hold down Control, select the other, and make it a tangent. Make sure the Smart Dimension is knocked off. Then Features, Extrude Boss Base, and extrude it 50 millimeters in this direction. Select the end face, look normal to it, sketch and select the point command. To get to the point, just highlight the arc there, and the point, the center of the arc will pop up. Click on the point then, and close the sketch. Then what you'll do is Features and Hole Wizard. This is for tapped holes or holes with threads in the engineering term. Here are the following types that are there: counterbore, countersink, and what we're interested in is a tapped hole. Here are the standards, so we're interested in the ISO standard. You have DEN, BSI, so we'll just pick the ISO. Tapped hole, and in the size, including the thread. And you can see a sample of them all. The end condition will be up to next, and the options there are with cosmetic thread. So once that's done, make sure cosmetic thread is ticked. Once that's done, slide back up and we'll pick the Positions tab. This will get the position of our hole. Then what we do is come out here to the face, open up our feature tree, and we'll just highlight our sketch that we were last working on. There it is. And just in the sketch, zoom in on the sketch, just when it snaps to it, draw it. So there you have a preview of your hole. This hole is a threaded hole, but we can't see the thread, so we'll go to Tools, and we'll scroll down here to Options. It's not shown there, but it will be on yours, and the options will pop up here. Then what we'll pick is the Document Properties, followed by Annotation Display, and what we have to make sure that shaded thread is or shaded cosmetic threads are ticked, and what we're going to leave out here is feature dimensions and reference dimensions, and tick OK. There's our thread showing up. Next step then is we're going to put a raised base here for the device to float on the jaw. So we'll draw a rectangle on this surface here. Smart dimension it 2 millimeters from each, or 5 millimeters from each of the ends. And 2 from the sides. Then it's a matter of features and extrude off space and 2 millimeters of an extrude in a blind condition, and tick OK. There you can see it. Our next step then is a fillet, 3 millimeters of a fillet, and we'll pick this edge here and its counterpart at the other side. And it's just them two edges with a 3 millimeter fillet. Tick OK. Rotate the object around, and what we're going to do next is select the base. Look normal to it. You can see the hidden detail of the cosmetic hole. Select the rectangle or the cosmetic thread. Select the rectangle. Smart dimension that rectangle to be 55 from the end here, 45 from the other end, and 40 from each side. Extrude Cut then, features Extrude Cut and Through All. This cuts the whole way through it, and there you have a preview. Tick OK. Our final step here is to add some fillets, 2 millimeter fillets, and we select this edge here, here, also at the end, and we'll do the exact same at the opposite side. And tick OK. Our final step here is to edit the material. So right click on Material, Edit Material, and what we'll pick here is just go into the steels. You can see all the different types of there, copper and alloys, all the different materials. So slide back up to steel, press the plus beside it, it opens up different types of steel. So we're going to pick cast carbon, and we're going to scroll down here, and we're going to make sure that Real View is ticked, and it will show the material like it's in real life. Tick OK, and there you have it. Then save it, and then File, New, and we'll start the next part, and OK. And the next part is going to be the screw, so we'll go File, Save As, and we'll save it into our folder that we have Machine Vice, and we'll call it Screw. First step again, pick the front plane, look normal to it, and we'll draw a little sketch above the origin. We'll join it to the origin once it's completed. So I'll draw the following rough sketch. Select the center line then, and join from this end straight down to here. And then we'll pick a 3-point arc, three-point arc, click center point arc, 3-point arc, and we'll draw from here to here. I'll just draw a rough outline of the curve. Now you note that the center isn't on our line that we want, so what we'll do is we'll select the center, hold down Control and the line, and we'll add a relation to make the two of them coincident. And then what we'll do is we'll join this point here coincident to the origin. So same thing again, select one point, hold down Control, select the other, and coincident. Don't worry if your drawing goes skewed, because we'll smart dimension it now. And for the final one here, you can see just the center is a little bit away from the center line. I'll just zoom in on it here now. See, just there. So what we'll do is smart dimension from there to there, and we'll make it 38. And there we have our sketch. Our next step then is to revolve that. So features, revolve boss base. Select our axis for the revolve. See, it's just there. Select the line there, and there it is revolved. Now after that, we're going to complete the rest of the sketch. So what we're going to do then is we'll select this face and we'll look normal to it. We're going to sketch a circle with the center being the origin, and we'll smart dimension that to be 18. Now once it's 18, we'll go to Features, Extrude Boss Base, and we'll just rotate it around a little bit. Make extrude at 5, and you can see the direction of it that it's going. And once it's going in the right direction, tick OK. Then we'll pick Sketch, or select our surface again, look normal to it, pick Sketch again, and draw another circle on top of that. This time, smart dimension it to be diameter 24. And then Features, Extrude Boss Base, and we'll extrude this to be 70 millimeters. Now this is where our thread is going to be on, and there it is. Now to put our thread on that, what we're going to go to is we're going to go to Tools, or Insert, Annotations. It's just off my notes there, and Cosmetic Thread. You'll see a full picture of that in your notes. So it's just Insert, Annotations, and Cosmetic Thread. You'll see here it's asking for the surface for the thread there, and it's just then asking for the diameter of the thread and the position of it. So I'll just up this to 18 here, 18.8, and tick OK. Now it's the same thing again, it's not showing up the thread, so what we'll go to Tools, Options, and the same as the whole wizard, Document Properties, Annotation Display, and make sure that Shaded Cosmetic Threads is ticked. Once that's ticked, click OK down on it, and there your thread should show up for you. Following that, we select the end surface here and look normal to it again. We're going to then sketch another circle of diameter 18. And following that, we're going to extrude that to be 38 millimeters. The center of the circle again being the origin, since they're all concentric. So outside surface again, there's a couple of bits and pieces similar here to be done. Outside surface, circle, so we'll look normal to it. And this time we'll draw a circle of diameter 16. And we'll extrude that 5 millimeters away. Next section is select the front surface again, circle, draw another circle there to be 12 millimeters in diameter. And we will then extrude that for a distance of 20. So features, extrude boss base, and 20. Following that, same thing again, but this time we're going to put in a circle on this surface here, on the center of it, of diameter 6, so sketch circle. Now it's a good idea after the sketch is drawn to rotate it around so you see what's happening in 3D. Features, extrude boss base, and we'll make it 6. And rotate it around to make sure. Then select the surface again, same thing again, and this time a circle of 12. Now it should snap onto the circle from before to give you 12, and then features and extrude that for 4 millimeters. Following that, it's a fillet just to fill in the section, the 6 millimeter section down here. So fillet and a 3 millimeter fillet, and here and the opposite side there. So that's just for the pin to go in, to lock it. So once that's in there, we'll change the material. So right click on material. And if you notice here, the cast carbon steel will be popped up because we used the glass. So we'll pick it again there. And there we have the material done. Now what we have to do finally is we have to go to texture on here. So if you select the surface, right click, face and appearance. Now I'm just going to rotate it around this way for you to see it better. Face, appearance and texture. And then what you can do is scroll down and pick the textures for metal, and it will be machined metal, and it will be knurl 1, knurl 2. So you can just pick the one you want. Don't worry if it looks too big or too small, because you can change the size of them. So we'll pick knurl 1, we'll slide down the slider bar here, and this is the angle, this is the zoom on it, so you can see it gets larger and smaller as you slide it. So slide it to the position you're happy, and then tick OK. Final step then is to save it, and then we're ready to draw the locating pen. So to draw the locating pen, File, New, Part and OK. Then what we'll do is File, Save As, and we'll call this locating pen. Into the same folder as before. And you can already see the parts that have been saved, and the parts above with the $sign are parts that are open or that you are working on. So save that. Then we'll pick the right plane, look normal to it, pick a circle, and then on the origin we'll draw a circle of diameter 10. We'll extrude that 3 millimeters out this way. Followed by that, we select this surface here, look normal to it, and then sketch another circle of diameter 6. Then it's features, extrude boss base, and we extrude it 33 millimeters out this way. That's our locating pen done. All we have to do is to edit the material. So right click on material, edit material, and it's going to be brass. So we'll pick copper and its alloys, and there's brass, and select it, tick OK, and then save it. And there is your locating pen saved. Our next step is file new part again, and we'll do the locate or the jaw. So save as, and we'll call this Movable Jaw. And you note that all these pieces you are drawing are saved as parts. Now once that's done, we'll pick the front plane now, and we'll look normal to it and draw the following sketch. Using the line command, and for the 45 degrees it snaps into 45, and there we have it. Now what we'll do then is we'll add some relations. So we'll make this line here, select it, hold down Control, select the other, and we'll make the two of them equal in length. So that makes that perpendicular there, and we'll make this line and this line collinear. Followed by that, what we'll do then is we'll smart dimension it, and we'll make this side over here to be 38. Don't worry if your sketch goes skewed, the base here is going to be 35, so it should help to drag it all back in. Then, to drag our sketch, all you need to do is click on any of the lines when it's not in Smart Dimension. So just knock off the Smart Dimension. Just click on any of the points and you can see you can move them about. Then what we'll do is Smart Dimension the rest of it. So we'll make this dimension here to be 15. And then knock off our smart dimension then, and what we'll do is we'll just drag it in there at the corner of the right angle, and that helps the V to squeeze in. So we make this side here to be 3, and there is our sketch fully defined. Following that, we'll extrude that to a distance of 100 on the movable jaw and tick OK. That's in a blind condition. Next step then is select the base and we'll look normal to it. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn on hidden lines visible. So you see it there, and that's the line of the V. This is so that I just know the right side I'm drawing on, and we'll draw a rectangle there. I want the rectangle at the back of the jaw. Smart dimension it to be 20. And we want it 35 away from each jaw. Then features and extrude boss base, and we extrude that to be 20 millimeters and tick OK. Now I'll just knock at that hidden lines visible off, and we see a solid object. You can see now that it's at the back, and we want it at that side. Select that face there, look normal to it, and then what we're going to do is we're going to sketch some center lines on it. These center lines are going to help to line up the hole for the screw to go into. So the first center line will be coming down from here, and you'll see it will snap onto the edge of the jaw, which isn't exactly at the midpoint. So once it snaps on there, draw the center line horizontally. Following that, select another center line, and we'll just draw from the midpoint down here. Now, where them two lines intersect is where we're going to draw our circle, and we're going to drill the hole for the screw to fit in. So we'll draw a circle first, and we'll smart dimension it to be diameter 24. After that, we'll go features, extrude boss base, and we'll extrude this out 5mm from the surface. We'll get a little disc like that. Then we select the outer surface of that there, and we look normal to it. Sketch another circle on that, and this time we can't see the origin, so just leave your mouse over the edge of the existing circle, highlights the center there, and you can draw another circle then. So this time we're going to draw a circle of diameter 12, and with that what we're going to do then is we're going to go features, or we'll just make the two circles concentric. So select one, hold down the other, hold down control, select the other circle, and then select concentric. Then features, extrude cut, and we're going to cut into this 25mm. So we just drill the hole in there, 25mm, counterbore it in. Then we'll look normal to this surface here on the top, and we'll sketch two center lines. First center line is going to be through the center, going across this way from midpoint to the other. And the second one, just knock it off and knock it back on then to draw the other one. It's just going to be off center here for the pen to fit down between the fillet on the filleted surface on the screw. So it's going to be 44mm away from the edge. And then circle, draw a circle here, smart dimension it to be 6mm, and then its features and extruded cut of 36mm, and tick OK, and it has a hole drilled down there, 36mm for the locating pen to fit in. Now what we have to do is we have to look normal to that surface there again and sketch another circle. This time what I can do is see the center pops up again. This time the diameter is going to be 10 on this circle. And we're going to go an extrude cut down 3, remembering that the locating pen had a surface for it to fit down flush. Now once that's taken out there, it's just a matter of editing the material. So right click on edit material, pick cast carbon since it was last used, and there it is, the movable jaw done. Save the movable jaw, and then what we'll do is we will go to File, New, and we'll pick Assembly this time, and OK. The first thing inside in this assembly it's asking us is to insert a component. Now the first component that we're going to put in here is going to be the body. So we'll just select the body. Now you can't save until a part has been put in, so that's why I just checked up there. Pick the body, drop it in. Then what we'll do is we'll go File, Save As, and this time we'll call it Machine Vice. Now if you note it says Save As Type, the type of file it's going to save as is an assembly file. So we're just going to save it as Machine Vice, and you see Assembly, and Save. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to insert all our components. So Insert Component, and this time we'll pick Screw. And just drop it away from the object. And there is our screw put in. Now what we'll do next is we'll insert the rest of the components. The same method again, making sure that they are not joined up with other components. So insert component, pick locating pin, and just drop them away from the object, because if they're touch, it automatically makes mating very, very hard. So same thing again, just come in and drop. Now we must rotate some components, i.e. the locating pin, just so that we get it in position. Just click rotate, click on the item you want to rotate, and just hold left click down and you can move it to roughly position and tick OK. Now we're ready to mate, so we're going to go to mate, we'll select the screw surface on the screw, and we'll select the screw thread inside in the body, and we'll make them to be concentric, and that means that the two of them are concentric to each other, so that means they will move along there. Now, next thing that we're going to mate is the movable jaw to the screw. So we'll pick that surface there, and we'll rotate it around, and we'll pick the same surface that it's in contact with on the movable jaw. So we're just looking in here at the end. You can see there it is, the surface, and we'll make them to be coincident. Next thing is we have to make that to be concentric. We'll just select the circular surface here, and we'll select the circular surface inside here on the movable jaw, and we'll make the two of them concentric. So they're coincident at the end and they're concentric there. Hit F, and you can see the two of them are joined up, and you can see there that the screw twists when the movable body twists, or when the movable jaw twists. Next thing is to put in the locating pin. So mate, just remove that from there, so just click on it and delete. Pick the cylindrical surface of the locating pin and pick where it has to go into, and you can make the two of them concentric. Final step then is to put this in flush. So what you can do is, I'm going to pick the underside surface here of the locating pin, and I'm going to pick the surface down there and make them coincident. Now it can move along, but the jaw can still twist. And I'm going to make that to that side, and I'm going to make the two of them to be parallel. So that means then that that surface and this surface cannot twist anymore, they have to be parallel. So there is our jaw, and it's running through our vise. So that's the mating done. Our final thing is we're just going to look at some collision, stopping it at a collision. So we go to move component, and we just tick the box for collision detection, and all components, and we tick drag part only, and you can just move it and it'll stop there. Stop at collision and drag part, and you just move it.